Hey everybody, welcome back to the Hobby Lodge. Woo, we got another one. We got another Hit Squads update. So this time I'm going to be showing you the next 5, which takes us from 32, I think it was on the last video, to 37 now. So, well, we get some more. I've still got more. I've still got more to do, but I'm absolutely loving it. So let's crack on with it as usual. I'll show you the game. I'll tell you what I think about it, and I'll try and put some footage of that game on the screen so you can see. But let's kick off with this one first. This one is a classic. It's an arcade classic. It is Rampage. There we go. Where you have the wolf, the gorilla, and the lizard, and you are essentially trying to get a high score, but not only destroy buildings and people and tanks, but also fight each other as well. It plays fantastic. It's just a great little game. I couldn't work out how to do a few things in it, but I've gone back a few times, and each time I get better and better at the game. So yeah, it's a nice, simple, fire it up arcade game, and that's, I guess, what the point of the arcade collection is, to be those games that are not too in depth, but allow you to jump in, have some fun, and play. So yeah, smashing up buildings, smashing up tanks, smashing up each other in some mindless monster fun is Rampage. So yeah, great to add that to the collection. I realised on my previous video, I watched it back, I didn't give the numbers. I don't know if people care what the numbers are, but I will go back to doing that. This is number 5 from the arcade collection. Next up was a game, actually, I didn't think I would enjoy, but I ended up actually really enjoying it. And who'd have thought that this type of game would work on the Commodore 64? So it is one, also, I think, maybe one of the longest names of a video game to exist, and that is Jack Nicholson's greatest 18 holes of major championship golf accolade. There we go. That is the longest name for a game I've ever seen. But Jack Nicholson's golf, I'm sure it could have been shortened to that. It's number 19 in the sports, and it works fantastically well. Like, I genuinely enjoyed playing it. I couldn't work out in the beginning what I needed to do, found it a little bit tricky, but once I got the controls and I could understand how the landscape worked with the limitations of the graphics, it's a fun little golf game. I played a few holes and got to the point where I was getting pars on most of the holes I was playing. So yeah, I didn't think I would enjoy it when you see this sorts of games, but golf, I guess, is one of those games. It's a bit of a guilty pleasure on video games. Would you go and play golf? I have played golf, and I have a golf course near where I live. I've been to the driving range and stuff, but I wouldn't say it's a sport I absolutely love and enjoy. But sometimes cheeky little video game of golf is quite good fun. So yeah, I'm really happy, and that works fantastically well. So yeah, Nick, go out and get ready. Jack Nicholson's greatest 18 holes of major championship golf accolade. There we go. Maybe the longest name in the Hit Squad collection. The next one. Crikey, I know this game needs you to spend time with it and understand the mechanics of it, so I will be going back to it, because I have been told by many people, Paul Retrobait is one of the people that has told me that this is a really great game, and people do talk highly of it, but it's learning how to play the game, and that is Whizball. So it looks great on the Commodore 64, it works fantastically, but it's just working out what the dickens you're meant to do. You're collecting types of colours to complete other levels, the mechanics of bouncing the ball and trying to get through the various elements of the screen and not hit things and die. I mean, it's well put together, there's no two ways about it. It's got great sound effects, the graphics look good, but it's just mechanically understanding how to play the game. So but I am informed that this is fantastic. I don't remember it at all from when I was a kid, so I don't think I own this, and that's one of the beauties of doing this whole collection, is I'm finding loads and loads of games that I didn't have. Right, there were so many games on the Commodore 64, no one had them all. Well, maybe you did, but yeah, I really want to go back to this and learn it, because it does feel like a game that once you understand how to play, it's got to be a really great game. So yeah, Whizball on the Commodore 64. Next up, well, I'm going to end this with a big hitter as well, so maybe I should have said that at the beginning, but if you've made it this far, well, there's a good one to come. Right, next up we have a really good shoot 'em up on the C64, although blimmin' hard. And that's because it's quite hard to see the bullets. But that is Dragon Spirit on the Commodore 64. Oh, I didn't tell you the numbers again, did I? So Whizball was number 4 in the arcade, and this is number 37 in the arcade. And yeah, Dragon Spirit. Really nice top-down shooter. Imagine 1942 with a dragon, and then all your enemies are fantasy-based creatures. So it plays really well. Really cool power-ups. You can turn your dragon into a two-headed dragon. You can become a really small dragon, so it's much easier to dodge bullets and such. You can power up your firepower and stuff like that. The only downside to it is its speed and the being able to see the projectiles, and they move very fast as well. So I found that I couldn't get very far without dying pretty quickly. Now that could just be learning the game, and also I suck at shoot 'em ups. I wish I was better at them. I love watching people play shoot 'em ups when they're good at them, like the bullet hell ones and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I wasn't very good, so I didn't last very long at all. But yeah, Dragon Spear, it plays fantastic. A really great addition to the Hit Squads, and that is Arcade 37. Now, I said there was a big hitter, and this is the first big hitter that I think I've picked up. There are a couple others, but if you know, you know. So I'm not going to go into pricing and all the rest of it, but this is number 60 in the arcade. So this is actually the last tape of the arcade section, and it is Skull and Crossbones. And apparently it was $3.99 because there's the original $3.99 sticker on it. I can tell you, it isn't. So it certainly is not $3.99. I wish it was $3.99. But yes, very happy to have this because it feels like I've got the top and tail. You know, I've got number 1 and I've got number 60 on there, just filling the ones in the middle in the arcade section. So that might be a bit harder to do in the movies because those end ones are the high ones. But yeah, this plays fantastic. I actually really enjoyed this game. I want to go back to it again to continue playing it, but I struggled with some of the controls in the beginning. Read the manual. You don't do this anymore, do you? You don't read manuals, you play the tutorials. These games don't have tutorials, so it's always best to look at the manual. For instance, it will tell you how to turn around by holding down the fire button instead of just trying to walk everyone into your line of fighting. But yes, swashbuckling, going through fighting pirates and all sorts of stuff like that. There's loads of other things in here, but I really enjoyed this game. So whilst it's an expensive hit squad, and it is an expensive hit squad, it's actually thankfully a good game, which is, at least that's a nice thing, right? Sometimes some of these can cost a pretty penny, and the game is actually awful. I've definitely played some in future videos coming up that are not good. Top Gun, I'm looking at you. Yeah, this is Skull and Crossbones on the Commodore 64. It is number 60 on the Hit Squad. It's got awesome artwork on the front, and I'm very happy to add this. Now, my question to you is, would you keep the sticker on there? Would you keep the original $3.99 sticker on there, or would you take it off? I feel like I want to take it off because it's just stuck. It's stuck right in the middle of the Skull and Crossbones. So I feel like I should remove it. But yeah, I'll listen to what would you do? Would you keep stickers on them, or would you take them off? Yeah, so there we go. That is another 5 hit squads. So we've gone from 32 to 37. Yes, loads more to come. So like I say, this is still in a pile of them I have, and I'm, you know, this video, when I recorded it, I'm still on the hunt, so I'm out there still picking them up. And again, people in the community have helped, Facebook, eBay's, a few retro selling websites, stuff like that. So it's all going on. I'm still on the hunt. I'm still picking them up where I can. It's definitely going to slow down in the future because at the moment I'm still picking up the ones that are fairly readily available, and then it's going to be really difficult to find those, you know, the last 10, 20 tapes. And like I said, I'm okay with it never being complete because I have to be honest with myself. Sometimes these things, they're just never going to be there, you know. Lots of collectors have already collected it, so they, you know, there's only so many out there. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit the like if you fancy doing so. If you're not subscribed, please, that'd be amazing. Come and join Monday Night Retro, so we can see some of these games being played if you fancy, every Monday at 8 o'clock. And yeah, I shall see you on the next one. We'll do another update. All right, see you soon. Bye bye.